Good morning. Lovely sunny day. I'm off to a wedding. Today's wedding is the middle of September. It's a Friday, and I wanted to have a chat with you about weddings. I've had some comments over the months, kind of saying that weddings are quite easy, and I see posts from other people saying, "Oh, I'm doing a wedding today. It's my first wedding," and stuff like, "What lenses should I take?" and stuff like that. And I cringe, I really do, because I don't think people have got any idea just what goes in to a typical wedding date. So I want to run through that with you now. It's a bit of a long drive. I'll go into that in a minute. So let me start out by first of all saying today's wedding is with Stephen and Nikki. And of course, first of all, the first thing that I had to do was to find Stephen and Nikki to book their wedding. So probably 50% of my life is marketing in one way or another. And that's everything from mail shots, wedding fairs, Facebook posts, ads, listings on wedding sites, all sorts of things. And there's no kind of one place that most of my weddings come from. They come from a huge variety of different sources. So there's that part to being a wedding photographer, which has got nothing to do at all, obviously, with photography, other than having some nice pictures to show people. So I met Steve and Nikki, I think it was back in about March, to do an engagement shoot. So I've done the engagement shoot, and whilst I've got their pictures so I know what they look like, I really can't remember them too well. I mean, I've done dozens of days of engagement shoots since then, and I made notes at the time, obviously, but it's still not quite the same as, oh yes, I remember them, I met them last week. Anyway, today's wedding, let me tell you about that. This is a difficult kind of wedding. My preferred weddings are the easy weddings, of course, which all take place in one location. So it's a wedding venue, a country house, something like that. So I can just drive along, park up, unload my gear, and that's where I am for the rest of the day. They're not so difficult. Those I can relax and really sort of enjoy it. Today is the total opposite. It's only just gone 8:30, and I've got nearly an hour's drive to get to Nikki's prep. And the prep is not easy either, because the prep is at a normal house. I don't know what sort of house, but I've done lots of prep shoots at people's houses. Occasionally it's a very nice 4 or 5 bedroom detached house, neat and tidy, beautifully decorated, and it works brilliantly. Mostly they are normal people's houses. They're 3 bedroom semi-detached houses. They've possibly got kids, probably got kids actually, and there'll be toys around all over the place. There'll be post-it notes all over the fridge and that kind of thing, and it really doesn't make for great photography. Whereas at a beautiful country house, there might be a huge great bedroom with an ensuite bathroom, with a copper bath and huge great windows and beautiful curtains, and the whole thing just makes for much nicer photos. So to try and get nice photos of prep in someone's bedroom, normal bedroom, or even down in the kitchen and that kind of thing, is really difficult. So not looking forward to that too much. It's a challenge, but I know that the end result isn't going to be astoundingly good. The gear that I'll be using for the prep, I've got with me today my 3 cameras, Z5, Z6 II and my D700. The Z5 has got a 24mm 1.8 prime lens. The Z6 has got the FTZ adapter with a 35 1.4G lens on, at the moment. I'll have my 58 1.4G lens with me, but as it's in someone's house, I don't think I'm going to need anything longer than 58mm. I've also got on the D700 an 18 to 35, should I need something even wider than 24mm. So I've got gear-wise, I'm covered. I won't be using any flash or anything like that. So it's just the 3 cameras and 1 spare lens. So when we've done prep, we've then got about a 40-minute drive, I think it is, from where she's doing her prep up to the registry office, which is in Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk. So I'm going to have to pack up just before they're ready to leave, jump in the car and make sure that I get to the registry office 5 minutes before them, and that's stressful as well, because I've been to the registry office in Bury St Edmunds many times. Parking is a total nightmare. There's a car park, big car park outside, probably takes, I don't know, 150 cars, but you're lucky if you find one space, and very often I've ended up driving round and round and round until someone finally drives out and I happen to be able to jump into their space. It's not what you need when you've only got a few minutes to spare. So that's a bit stressful. Then you've got to jump out of the car, got to pay for parking, jump out of the car with my gear and get the registry office ceremony. Now, the gear I'll use for that will be pretty much the same, but I will take the 58 and my 85 lens in. There may be just literally a handful of shots I want to get with the 85mm lens, but other than that, it'll be the same gear that I use for the prep. They've sent me a list of shots to do of groups. Now, opposite the registry office in Bury St Edmunds is beautiful gardens, the Abbey Gardens, and they want group shots done there. I believe there's about 60 guests at the ceremony, so I've got about a list of 30 or so different group shots to do, and I know from experience these are going to take 2 or 3 minutes at least each, so we can look forward to the best part of an hour to get those group shots. Depends how cooperative people are, as to how long it takes, of course. Another slight problem that I might have is I don't know if you can see, but it's lovely and sunny today. We're not due to have much cloud, so it's going to be sunny, which you might think is good, nice lot of light to get the group shots outside. Well, actually it's the biggest pain I can imagine, because there's not a lot of shade in Abbey Gardens, so I'm going to have to find a tree or something like that so that everyone's in shade to get some shots. Usually for the group shots, or quite often anyway, I will use 2 off-camera flashes, so that I can put the people in shade and I can still have them nicely lit. Now that would be at a wedding venue. Whether or not I can drag all my gear out of the car depends how far I have to park, drag 2 light stands and flashes over there. I'm not sure, so I'll have to see how that goes. Once we've done the group shots, I've then got to refer to the list of other photographs that I've been sent that I've got to do. By the way, this couple isn't typical. This is a slightly more difficult than usual couple. Difficult, that's not the right word, that's unkind. Specific. They know what they want and they told me what they want, so I've got to get it. So they've got this list of other photos from shots of the bride and the bridesmaids, not group shots but candid shots, and all various other shots throughout the day, which I've got to keep an eye on as well, try not to miss any of those. So once we've done the group shots in Abbey Gardens, we're then off to the reception, which is back down towards where I'm going now for prep. So it's another 40 or so minute drive, pack all my gear up, chuck it in the car, drive down 40 minutes, unpack my gear for the reception. shots that I've got to get at the reception. This is, of course, is on top of all the shots that I want to get, the shots that I would get if I hadn't got any instructions at all. The reception, I believe, I haven't been there before, I believe it's how can I put this politely? It's a pub, I think. A pub with a room at the back, a bit of a garden, mostly car park outside. Again, not something that lends itself to award-winning photography. But it's my job to try and get the very best shots possible, given the conditions. Then we go through and we've got obviously speeches and eventually on to cake cutting and first dance, which is not going to happen, I believe, until 8 o'clock. So I'm not going to get home until 8:30, until 9:30, so it's going to be about a 13-hour day, a bit more than that for me. I then, after that, I'll have taken 1,200-1,300 shots. I've got a wedding tomorrow, which is a little bit more easy. It's at two destinations. I've got prep again at her house, but then we're off to the actual wedding venue where everything then happens at the wedding venue. Again, that's probably a 45-50 minute drive, but I'm not starting till 11 o'clock, so a little bit more relaxed in the morning. So first thing in the morning, I'm going to have to download all my pictures. If I don't do it tonight, download all the pictures to the computer. I then make sure once I've done all that, by the way, I'm doing video as well, of course, so that has to be downloaded. Pop that all onto the computer, then copy all that off the computer onto a plug-in hard drive so that I've got a backup, which then means I can format the cards ready for tomorrow's wedding. Not forgetting, of course, to charge my batteries overnight. And first thing in the morning, print off all the details for tomorrow's wedding, etc, etc, etc. So then Monday, with today's wedding, I'll be importing those into Lightroom, running through, selecting which 200 or 220, 230 photos to individually edit. We'll then spend the rest of the day on Monday editing those. Sorry, no I won't. I've got to pop out for an engagement shoot for a couple of hours, so fit in the editing around that, which will probably then take me into Tuesday morning. I'll then have videos to edit as well, so that will take me the rest of Tuesday. So I'm now looking to the end of Tuesday, close the play on Tuesday, before I get their photos done. And many wedding photographers don't actually send their photos to their clients for weeks afterwards. I couldn't do that. I would just get lost. I wouldn't know who I'd done, who I hadn't done. I just couldn't keep on top of it. So I do like to keep on top of it. It means that Saturday's wedding, tomorrow's wedding, won't get edited and finished until probably Thursday. And then I've got another wedding on next Friday. So that's a quick rundown of my life at the moment. It is obviously September, so it's not quite as busy. It's been more busy in July, was the busiest month. But that is a typical day in the life of. So that is a fairly typical day in the life of a wedding photographer. I will try and add some video from today to this video. I'll maybe put some comments at the end of the day as I'm driving home, tell you how it all went, show you a few pictures. But for now, I've got another 10 minutes to go.
That's their daughter, that's their cousins. It's alright. It really feels
Why don't you just take them out of the box?
Take them out.
No. I'll put them in the white in the other bag.
No, we only have it for emergency guests. I remember when Nick used to come round and I used to give him hands well, we used to run like that. I said that's the only sugar we've got.
What was it, granulated? Sorry, caster sugar.
Yeah. You want to call it too, right, I'll leave that on there. Hold yourself to the leanings.
Thank you. Cheers.
Okay, beautiful, isn't it?
It is, it's really lovely.
Really? Yeah, about 4 past. I mean, I'm hoping that my two co-pilots there are going to know
Will
where
know
they're
the
going.
way.
Yeah.
Do you know the way?
Yeah, we do. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
So, time for an update. We have finished the prep and we're now driving to Bury St Edmunds for the ceremony at the registry office. Yes, it was actually a 2-bedroom terraced house. Fortunately, there was only the bride and her mum, I think, having sort of proper makeup done. Her sister was there, but she'd done all her own makeup. There really wasn't much to photograph. Obviously, the details, flowers, buttonholes, dress, shoes, that kind of stuff. But even then, that was a little bit limited. And ended up doing the detail shots on the kitchen table. So far from perfect wedding, but this is real wedding photography. This is what happens. She didn't want any shots of her actually getting into her dress. Didn't even get any shots of them doing up the buttons at the back, which I asked them to tell me what they were doing, so we missed that one. But there we go. We do the best we can. So we're now off to, as I say, Bury St Edmunds. That's about a 35-40 minute drive. Parking there is a nightmare, so I'm not looking forward to that. And I'll show you some video from the ceremony, because I videoed the whole ceremony.
Hannah, would you like to just stand beside him? Just stand beside him.
You're gorgeous, bride.
That's better.
Hey, Macy, you'd like to take this? So you
She's still free.
Congratulations to the bag. And then you and Claire.
Right. Oh, hang on a second. Oh no, I just keep. Everything is like attaching itself to my dress. No, I have because I've actually hooked it up.
Oh,
it's so bright.
down.
So if you hook, drop it down.
Yeah. Let's do it there.
No, it's a men's
No, it won't be. We could do this. Okay, do it.
I'm sitting down. Sit down. People can sit on these benches and stuff. Everyone's getting a bit.
It's not right, it's got no back on
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Can we please give a big warm welcome to the groom and bride, Mr. and Mrs. Friel?
So, a quiet, I was going to say quiet moment, but a quiet hour or two, actually, at the reception. We are 3/4 of the way through the meal. We've had starter and main course. Speeches have been done, and just waiting for dessert now. I then got some more couple shots to do. Quite sure where we're going to do those. There's not an awful lot of attractive places at this location, at this venue. It's not bad, but it's not been designed as a wedding venue, let's say. No, I'm fine, thank you. Very hospitable staff. So it's 6 o'clock. Now a couple of hours till cake cutting the first dance, so should be plenty of time to get some more couple shots in, and then off home. I think it's got a 13-hour day. Strange looks from staff for talking to myself on my phone. Yeah. There we go. So I'll maybe catch up with you later on, but probably this will be the last video because it's going to be dark by the time it's finished. And I'll be keen to get home. So we'll catch up when I go through the photos and we'll do some editing and talk a bit more about what happened today, maybe a bit more technical stuff about the camera and settings, the images and that sort of thing. And I hope you find it useful. Catch you soon.